Hi everyone, I'm going to be reading chapter 19 of Gangsta Granny. Chapter 19, A Small Explosive Device. The next morning, as Mum and Dad went through song after song to select some music for the son's upcoming dance competition, Ben sneaked out of the house and cycled to the hospital. When he finally found Granny's ward, he saw that there was a bespectacled doctor perched on her bed. Nevertheless, he reached over excitedly to see the old lady so he could share the plan with her. The doctor was holding Granny's hand and talking to her slowly and quietly. "Just give us a moment alone, Ben," said Granny. "The doctor and I are talking about, lady things." Okay, said Ben, and he slopped back to the door and leafed through the silky-looking copy of Take a Break. The doctor passed him and said, "I'm sorry," before leaving the ward. Sorry, thought Ben. Why is he sorry? He walked tentatively over to his Granny's bed. Granny was dabbing her eyes with a tissue, and when she saw Ben approach, she stopped and shoved it back up her sleeve of her nightdress. Are you okay, Granny?" he asked softly. "Yes, I'm fine. I just have something in my eye." "Then why did the doctor say I'm sorry to me?" Granny looked flustered for a moment. Well, I imagine he was sorry that he wasted your time coming in here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me, it turns out." "Really?" "Yes, the doctor gave me the test results. I'm as fit as a butcher's dog." Ben hadn't heard that expression before, but he imagined it must mean very fit. "That's brilliant news, Granny," he exclaimed. Now I know you said no before." "This isn't what I think it is it, Ben?" asked Granny. Ben nodded. "I said no 100 times. Yes, but what, young man?" "I found a weakness in the Tower of London, and I've spent all week working on a plan how we can steal the jewels. I think we can really do it. I really do." To his surprise, Granny looked intrigued. "Pull the curtains and keep your voice down," hissed the old lady, flicking the switch on her hearing aid to full power. Ben quickly pulled the curtains around Granny's bed and sat next to her. "So, at the stroke of midnight, we swim across the Thames in scuba diving gear and locate the ancient sewage pipe here," whispered Ben, showing her a detailed diagram in the back issue of Plumbing Weekly. "We have to swim up a sewage pipe? At my age?" said Granny. "Don't be daft, boy." "Shh! Keep your voice down," said Ben. "Sorry," whispered Granny. "And it's not daft, it's brilliant. The pipe is just wide enough. Look here." Granny lifted herself up from her pillows and moved closer to the page in the Plumbing Weekly. She studied the diagram, and it did look wide enough. "Now, if we swim up the pipe, we can get inside the tower undetected," continued Ben. "Everywhere else around the perimeter of the building there was armed guards and security cameras and laser sensors. Take any other route in and we wouldn't stand a chance." Yes, but how the blazes do we get into the jewel house where the jewels are kept?" she whispered. "The sewage pipe ends here at the privy." "I beg your pardon. The privy is an old word for toilet." "Oh, yes, so it is." "From the privy it's a short run, a short walk across the courtyard to the jewel house. At night the door to the house is of course locked and double locked." "Probably triple locked." Granny didn't seem that convinced. Well, Ben would just have to convince her. "The door is solid steel, so we drill out the locks to open it." "But the crowns and the sceptres and all that gubbins must be securely kept behind bulletproof glass, Ben," said Granny. "Yes, but the glass isn't bomb-proof. We'll set off a small explosive device to shatter the glass." "An explosive device?" sputtered Granny. "Where in the earth are we going to get that from?" "I swagged a few chemicals from science class," replied Ben with a smirk. "I'm pretty sure I could create an explosion big enough to get through that glass." "But the guards will hear the explosion." No. "Ben, I'm sorry. This is never going to work," exclaimed Granny as quietly as she could. "Well, I thought of that," said Ben, momentarily delighted with his own genius. "You need to board a train to London earlier that day, posing as a sweet old lady." "I am a sweet old lady." "You know what I mean," continued Ben with a smile. "From the station you take number 78 bus all the way to the Tower of London. Then you give the Beefeater guards chocolate cake with something in it to make them sleep." "Oh, I could use my special herbal sleeping tonic," said Granny. Yes, fantastic, said Ben. So the guards eat the chocolate cake and by night time they will be fast asleep. Chocolate cake? Protested Granny. Surely the guards would prefer some of my homemade cabbage cake. Now, the recipe for Granny's cabbage cake is 6 large mouldy cabbages. Mash up the cabbages with a potato masher. Put the cabbage mush into a baking tray. Bake in the oven until your whole house smells of cabbage. Wait a month for the cake to go stale. Slice and serve. Sick bucket optional. Ben squirmed. He didn't want to upset Granny, but there was no anyone would eat a piece of Granny's cabbage cake unless they were untimely related to her, and even then they would probably spit it out when she wasn't looking. I think a chocolate cake from the supermarket would be better. Well, you seem to have thought of everything. I'm very impressed, you know. The idea of using that old pipe is genius. Ben flushed with pride. Thanks. But how did you know about it? They don't teach you that stuff at school, do they, about sewage pipes and that? No, said Ben. It's just that I've always loved plumbing. I remembered the old pipes being in my favourite magazine. He held up Plumbing Weekly. It's my dream to be a plumber one day. He looked down, expecting Granny to tell him off or mock him. Why are you looking at the ground? Asked Granny. Well, I know it's silly and boring to want to be a plumber. I know I should want to do something more interesting. Ben felt his face turning red. Granny put a hand on his chin and gently tilted up his head. Nothing you did could ever be silly or boring, Ben, she said. If you want to be a plumber and it's your dream, then no one can take it away from you. Do you understand? All you can do in this life is follow your dreams. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. I guess. I should hope so, honestly. You say that plumbing is boring, but here you are planning to steal the crown jewels for goodness sake, and it's all down to plumbing. Ben smiled. Maybe Granny was right. But I have a question for you, Ben. Yes? How do we escape? A plan like this is no good if you're going to get caught red-handed, my lad. I know that, Granny, so I thought we should go out the way we came in, through the sewage pipe and swim back across the Thames. It's only 50 metre wide, and I've got my 100-metre swimming badge. It will be a doddle. Granny bit her lip. She obviously wasn't sure if any of this would be a doddle, not at least swimming across a fast-flowing river at night. Ben looked at her with hope in his eyes. Well, Granny, are you in? Are you still a gangster? She looked deep in thought for a while. Please, pleaded Ben. I've loved hearing about all your adventures, and I really want to go on a heist with you, and this would be the ultimate, stealing the crown jewels. You said yourself it was every great thief's dream. Well, Granny, are you in? Granny looked at her grandson glowing face, and after a while she murmured, yes. Ben leaped from his chair and hugged her. Brilliant! Granny lifted her weak arms and embraced him. It was the first time in years she really had hugged him. But I have one condition, said the old lady, with a deadly serious look in her eyes. What? Whispered Ben. We put them back the next night. I hope you enjoyed listening to the chapter. Bye.